Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My name is Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for joining us in this day, this precious day, this set-apart day that our Creator has made for us, that He has made for all of His creation. And here we are in a new year in our Creator's calendar. And we have a tremendous amount of confusion like we do every single year on all of these things, and people just can't figure it out. We have everybody in Judaism that is going to be celebrating basically Passover a month late. Everybody's right now, so many different people, even Torah keepers. There's Torah keepers in groups, and they've gone to this 13th month thing. And not only is the 13th month not in scriptures anywhere, but it's also something that is extremely confusing to people as we're just trying to get people on the calendar. So with that, Cade, open us in prayer, please.
Virgin Father, thank you for bringing us all back together again as a family, united under you. As we go into your appointed times, we ask that your Ruach is on us to give us the right information, to give us the right times, that your blessing and your will is shown in our hearts, shown in our minds, and that we are following your commands as you have said to do. We thank you for the Shabbat, and we thank you for the day of rest you have set apart, the day you told us to take off, the day that we are all here together, looking for your will, looking for your word, figuring out what you have wrote down for us, as everything is a confusion day. And we thank you for opening our eyes to the gift that your Son has given us. And we thank you for all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Now, Jade, will you give us our Shema, please, from Deuteronomy 6?
Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah is one. You shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your might. And these words I have commanded you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. And shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be frontlets between your eyes. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
All right. So here we are, everybody. We thank you guys very, very much again for being a part of our little reading here. And what we are going to do right now is actually let's go over the law, statutes, and commandments. This is what we do every single week: is we go over our law, statutes, and commandments. And for anybody that's out there that is new, when you guys do watch this, my apologies first for our dog. Everyone, yeah, thank you guys. Yep, still buffering. Hang tight. I think we're coming back. I did say the J word. I should not have said the J word. All right, let me know when you guys can hear this again. I think we're back to life. And I was just going to explain that we did end up with a new internet, and we're trying it, and we hope that it is going to work. I was about to say that it just died. So let's continue on again. And what I was saying is that these laws, statutes, and commandments, which we are about to go through, are the greatest things to ever been given to a created entity by our Creator. Not only do we have a Creator who loves us so much that He has designed us with hair on our heads, hair in our ears, hair under our armpits in such a fashion. And yes, every one of those hairs on everywhere are features. They are accessories. They are great things. Our Creator has given us everything. He gave us life. He gave us parents. He gave us a way forward. If you're listening to this today, then He has blessed you guys with ears to hear and eyes to see. And with that, He has blessed us with a guidebook for life. We have not only been given life, but we have been given a book on how we need to operate, how we need to treat our neighbor, how we need to eat, how we need to worship, how our Creator wants us to keep His appointed times. It's all in there if we will simply read this. And so as we go over, smooth playback to the end, yeah. Let's begin, guys, with the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. And let us go through these, guys. And these are joyful, right? These are all joyful things. Before we begin this, Mr. Cole, you want to give us a shout out to all of our loved ones that are out there.
All right, we have Brother Glenn and Marina.
What's up?
Days Rainey, Jeremy and Callan.
Well, what's up, little Callan?
The grandma.
Grandma.
Irma, Bonecat 1.
Irma.
Jeannie, not of this world.
Hi, Jeannie.
We got Candy and Ruby. We got Sylvia. We got Carla. Sister Barb and family.
Yay!
Did I say Bonecat 1? I think I did.
Yeah, but that's okay. What's up,
Lines, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Suburban Homestead.
Hey, Suburban Homestead. Much love to you.
Suburban.
All right.
I think that's it.
Well, that is it, guys, and that's not it. That's a lot.
That's all.
Yeah, that's a baraka for all of us, a blessing that you guys are here. We love every single one of you guys, and truly, you guys are family. Just a very, very amazing family that we can have here. Now, as we go through these laws, statutes, and commandments, for anybody who doesn't understand them at all or wants us to go over them a little bit more, we are absolutely happy to go through absolutely every single one of these. For anybody in the future that goes through this and it's not live, if you guys have questions on any of these, please send a comment in to us. Or there's verses for every single one of these commands right here that if you guys are curious what they are about, that you guys can go and read them and figure that out. But we are always here to help at all times. Okay, commandment number 1, be fruitful.
Number 2, multiply.
Replenish the earth.
Subdue it. Have you over the fish, fowl, and every living creature.
Man and woman should build their own families.
You are bearing every tree is for food. Master sin.
Every clean moving thing that lives shall be food for you.
Do not eat the blood.
Walk before me and be perfect.
Guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments.
Every male shall be circumcised 8 days old.
Teach your children the commands and guard the way of Yahuwah.
Remember Yahuwah's name for all generations.
Keep the Passover.
Keep
Pesach.
the feast of unleavened bread, festival of matzah.
Commandment 14 is a fascinating one because we live in the world where we ended up with a King James Version Bible that everybody is like, this is the authority. If it's not in the king, it's not the authority. And the thing about the king is we had our Creator's name removed over 7,000 times is what it is. And a commandment that we have is that we are supposed to remember our Creator's name. Now, our Creator's name is not God. That is a Sir title. There are uppercase G, God, and there's lowercase g, gods, but they are all titles. They are not a name of anything. So we have a name for our Creator, and we are supposed to be using it. We have a name for his son, Yahushua. I know there's a UA. A lot of people, there's conflicts within even the Torah community of getting these names right. This is still English, and what we're trying to pronounce is Hebrew stuff. So it's very, very close, but it's better than the J word Jesus. Okay, 15. Keep the Passover, Pesach, and that is coming up very, very, very soon for us right here.
Keep the feast of unleavened bread, the festival of matzah.
There is one Torah for the stranger and one for the Hebrew.
Sanctify all firstborn to Yahuwah.
There are no mighty ones before Yahuwah.
You shall not make graven images.
Do not bring Yahuwah's name. Do not
Keep the Shabbat. Honor your parents.
Do not kill.
Do not break wedlock. Do not steal.
Do not make false accusations against your neighbor.
Do not covet anything of your neighbor's. Do not make an altar from a rock that tool has touched.
Do not go up to the altar by the steps.
If a man steals cattle, he shall restore it 5 times. Yahuwah's laws for criminals.
Do not lie with beasts.
No sacrifices to other Elohim. Do not oppress a stranger, fatherless, or widow.
Do not charge your brother interest.
If you borrow your neighbor's raiment, return to him before sunset.
Do not curse the ruler of your people.
Do not eat what is torn of any beast.
No false report.
Do not follow a multitude of evil.
Do not judge righteously against the poor. Bring back your enemy's cattle if you find it going astray.
Help the animals of your enemy.
Stay away from rumors and gossipers. Take no bribes.
Do not oppress a stranger. Love the stranger.
Keep your land rest in the 7th year. Do not mention any pagan names.
Keep the feast of Yahuwah.
Do not kill your goat in his mother's milk. Obey the messenger Yahuwah sends before you.
Do not bow down to other Elohim.
Serve Yahuwah. Make no covenant with other Elohim or outsiders of the land.
Do not make or use anointing oil on a normal person. Do not make or use perfume on a normal person.
Do not eat the fat. Do what you say you're going to do.
Return what is your neighbor's.
Obey Yahuwah's dietary laws. Women's time of separation.
Obey Yahuwah's hygiene laws.
Keep the Day of Atonement, Yom HaKippurim.
Do not uncover the nakedness of your family.
Do not take your woman's sister for a wife.
Do not lie with the woman in her uncleanness.
You should not sacrifice your children to Moloch. Do not be a sodomite.
Be holy.
Do not reap the corn of your field, or you shall not glean your vineyard. Do not deal falsely or defraud your neighbor.
Do not lie or be a liar.
Pay your workers the day's wage they are due. Do not harm the disabled.
Do not endanger your neighbor.
Do not hate your brother. Rebuke your neighbor for his sin.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Do not diverse your cattle. Do not mingle your seeds.
Do not mingle linen and wool.
Do not lie with a taken woman. Do not eat the fruit of the trees for 3 years.
Do not practice sorcery.
Do not round your beard or the corners of your head. Do not cut yourself with the dead.
Do not get tattoos.
Do not prostitute your daughter. Do not defile your temple.
Do not consult the medium.
Respect your elders.
Let's just go back to this. Do not defile your temple, because I know Jeremy's out there with a lot of. We call him Bathrobe Bob. We have this guy, and I can't remember. I think it's like Sleepy Time with Bob or something. I can't remember the guy's name, the channel. But there's this guy that comes out literally in a bathrobe, and and his whole chest is exposed. And I mean, he's sitting there just going crazy about this. How people are not supposed to keep the festivals of our Creator, and they say unless you are in the land, you are not to keep the appointed times. And I've gone the rounds with Bathroom Bob before, and Bathrobe Bob has a set of minion people, and they're all in their kimonos. They're all in their little muumuus, and they're all out there yelling at everybody. And one of the things that Jeremy's talking about is defiling the temple, and when we defile the temple and when we not. And the thing about the Bathroom Bob folks is they are convinced that we do not keep appointed times, and that you have to be in the land of Yisrael. Now, the verses they quote has nowhere that says anything about being in the land. And that is that thing that they are completely stuck on. And so you have these people that are kind of lukewarm, kind of Torah keepers, kind of, and they are making their own rules. They make their own regulations. And they have, by their own reading and understanding, they have exonerated themselves from ever having to keep any kind of appointed time. So they don't even try. Yet we are told over and over and over in scriptures that we are to keep the appointed times. We have appointed times. One of these appointed times is right here. We are on a Shabbat. We are told to keep this appointed time. If you are a covenant people, and being in covenant means you are a law keeper, not a law breaker. Now, if you are out there in your kimono and muumuus and bathrobe gear telling everybody not to keep the laws and not to keep any of the festivals and things like this, that is a huge problem, because that goes against scriptures. And there are a lot of people that listen to Bathroom Bob. It's just a wild thing. But when we're talking about defiling our temple, everything has to do with defiling our temple, right? The things we do simply defile our temple by our speak, by the way that we say things, by our outlook and views on all sorts of things. A Kodesh people. We are called to be an in-covenant people. Our hearts have to be soft. Our lives have to be in accordance with everything we are doing with our Creator, because if we are not in covenant, you'll be out there eating pork. You'll be out there defiling your temple. Guys, people die from eating pork all the time. People die from eating lobster and shrimp. Everything that we do that is against the Torah has a potential of defiling our temple. And so we have to be very, very careful that we understand that we are made in the image of our Creator. He created us in a perfect form. Guys, how does your blood flow from your feet all the way up to your heart? How does all of this amazing system work that our Creator has put together? None of us completely know any of it, but we know that our Creator is amazing. And when He says that He does not want us doing certain things, or that we should be doing certain things, if we are not doing them and we violate and we defile our temple, that is all on us, because our Creator has given us a strict set of guidelines that are good, that are wonderful. And so we should be doing silly little backflips over the ability to even have these laws, statutes, and commandments at our reading discretion. Okay, 91. Do not consult the medium.
Respect your elders.
Have correct weights and measures.
Do not walk in the manners of the nation.
All right, Mr. Cole, did you have something?
I gotta go back.
All right, go back.
The Grand says 3 are supposed to be in Israel. Of
For
the
what?
feasts, the 3 feasts.
We're supposed to be, we're supposed, and that's one of these things that is a commandment. 3 times a year we are supposed to be in Yisrael. But these are these commandments that, unless you are, I mean, it costs like $7,000 or $8,000.
But it can't be that land right now, because
Right? No, it's not. And that land, if we're talking about a holy land, we are not. Man, I don't want to get kicked off YouTube.
it's just not holy right
Yeah, let's just stick with that. The land of Yisrael is not a holy land. And you can look up abortion clinics in Israel, and you will find them from one coast to the next coast all over the place. There is a ton of evil in that. And so when we are called to go to the land, and when everybody was called to go to the land, it was a land in covenant. It was a land that had the priesthood. It was a land that had all of the things that make up the people of Yah. Right now, we can't go to the land. I mean, we can go to the land, but you're going to be under. I see. How do I say this? I don't even know how to say this delicately. You're not under Yah's people, right? Yah's people are not in Yisrael today. Is the bottom line. Let's just keep it at that.
Jeremy calls them jaywalkers.
Yeah, jaywalkers. They're total jaywalkers. Okay, let's continue on. 94. Do not walk in the manners of the nation.
Keep the first fruits, Shavuot, Omer count, Pentecost.
Keep the feast of trumpets, Yom Torah.
Keep the feast of Sukkot, Shem Yatzeret. If you blaspheme the name of Yahuwah, you shall be put to death.
If you kill your neighbor's animal, you must give him another.
Repay injury for injury. Honor the Yobel, Jubilee year.
Pay sins to Yahuwah, and repay who you trespass against.
The law of being an Nazir. Wear these on the four corners of your garments. The law of whoever touches a corpse. Follow Yahuwah's law of inheritance. Law of keeping oath to Yahuwah. Do not add or take away from the word.
Guard your soul.
Learn to fear Yahuwah. You shall love Yahuwah with all your heart.
Find the Torah laws upon your hand from the frontlets between your eyes.
Write the laws on your doorposts. Do not tempt Yahuwah.
Where are we at, guys? I've lost.
114.
114. When you guys go super fast, the screen starts scrolling up. These guys probably all have headaches because I'm trying to keep up with you. But that wasn't me. Slow down.
Do
Okay.
what is right and good in the sight of Yahuwah.
Do not be afraid of your enemies. Remember Yahuwah.
Circumcise your heart.
Cleave to Yahuwah. Swear by his name.
Destroy graven images.
Do not make an idol of Yahuwah as the pagans do to their Elohim. Rejoice in all Yahuwah has blessed you with.
Do not do what is right in your own eyes.
Do not hearken to the words of false prophets.
Let's go. And this is 124 is the Bathroom Bob crew, right? These guys that sit there and will tell other people what not to do. And here's the problem with all of this in not understanding scriptures is that if you hook your line and sinker to Bathroom Bob and he is incorrect and you have not been practicing what our Creator has told us to do, it's the same people that go off and believe what Paul says over what Yah says, right? You've made Bathroom Bob your God. You have made Paul your God. When you take a man's word and take it for something other than what the Torah says, you're out of context, you're out of covenant. And that is why we need to understand these Torah commands. And this is why if we are starting to do these right in our own eyes, you can argue with these guys all day long. They're not as bad as the Christians, the Bathroom Bob guys are, but they are on the same level because they're all fighting for something that is a tradition of man. They're all fighting for something that goes against what Scripture says. And you're never going to convince me or anyone in my family that the appointed times are not to be done right now. Because even if we are wrong, are we going to be judged for attempting to do what our Creator has told us to do? If we don't have the exact right dates, is our Creator going to slap us for not having the right date, or is he going to slap us for not doing it at all? Right? Where is it? And so I would rather be the people who are doing all that we possibly can to keep the appointed times than to be those people who are doing what is right in our own eyes because we just don't understand the glory of our Creator and the glory of his ways. Okay, 125.
Like Jeremy says, it's a command to observe Yahuwah's festivals in all our dwellings, no matter where we are.
Yeah, and I think YouTube just killed the not the stream, but they killed our chat, and so we don't have anything on chat. So let me know if anything comes up there. And this is what they do. You know, you have $1 billion company that can't even get the chat working right here. Okay, 125. Do not hearken to the words of false Nebian prophets.
Don't make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
You shall not eat any abominable thing. You shall give to a stranger clean food that dies of itself, but you shall not eat of it.
Give tithe of your increase of seed year by year.
Law to the end of the 7-year lease. Do not borrow from the nations.
Do not harden your heart, nor shut your hand from the poor.
Go out month 1 of Yahuwah's calendar. 3 times a year, all males shall appear before Yahuwah.
You shall make judges and officers in all your gates.
Do not plant asherah poles near the altar. There must be 2 or 3 witnesses.
Hearken unto the prophet Yahuwah has chosen.
Prophetess Deuteronomy. And do not remove your neighbor's property line.
How to deal with a false witness among Torah keepers.
The first child is to get double portions. If your brother's calico clothes are lost and you find them, then you must return them.
And woman should not wear what pertains to a man, nor a man wear what pertains to a woman.
If you find a bird's nest with the mother and the babies or eggs, take the babies but not the mother.
If you build a new house with a flat roof that will be lived on, you must put a railing around it.
Do not be a prostitute. Do not use dirty money.
Law of divorce.
Do not take a person's millstone for pledge.
If you lend to your brother, do not enter his house to get your payment. He must bring it to you. Return his clothing before sunset if that was his pledge. Do not present hired servant is poor and needy.
Every man should put to death for his own sin.
Do not go back for the forgotten sheep in the field. Leave it for the stranger, fatherless, and widow.
Do not muzzle your ox when he treads out grain.
If your brother dies and has no child, you shall take his wife and name the firstborn after your brother. At the end of 7 years, you are to read the Torah, the feast of Sukkot.
Okay, all right. So pull up Brother Glenn's thing.
And before you go any further, Sister Barb says, he knows we do not know exact dates in this world. His mercy is great.
I
And
agree.
then
I agree.
Brother Glenn says, keep my appointed times for all generations.
Okay. Anything else?
No, just, and then Carla says observing appointed times is like a test.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely a test. It's a test of will you have obedience or not. Okay, so I want to throw up this thing a little bit. This is a thing that Brother Glenn put up after we were talking about the Ark of the Covenant last week. And like always, I really appreciate Brother Glenn. And even though I may not respond at the exact moment, I do see things and I am aware, and I appreciate him for doing all he does. I appreciate all you wise old owls out there that are helping us out. So I wanted to go over this because we did kind of get off onto a little tangent on what we believe or what we think the ark should look like, and we definitely know what it probably shouldn't look like. And so he does these really great write-ups, and he puts all this stuff together. So let's go over this real quick. Hopefully I can see this because this is really, really small for my old eyes here. Okay, according to the book of Exodus, Yahuwah instructed Moshe to build the ark during the 40-day stay upon Mount Sinai. He was shown the pattern for the tabernacle and furnishings of the ark, and told that it would be made of shittim wood, also known as acacia wood, to house the tablets of stone. Moses instructed Bezaleel and Ahaliab to construct the ark. And these are really small words for me, guys, so hopefully I'm making this. The book of Exodus gives detailed instructions on how the ark is to be constructed. It is to be 2.5 cubits in length, 1.5 cubits breadth, 1.5 cubits height, approximately 131 by 79 by 79 centimeters, or 52 by 31 by 31 inches. And so all of us who are North America, now you have an idea in inches of exactly what we are talking about. And so if we're 52 by 31 by 31, that would be the height. Is the height of that 52? Is that what we're talking about? Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is to be, what is that word? Gilded entirely with gold, and a crown of molding of gold is to be put around it. 4 rings of gold are to be attached to its 4 corners, 2 on each side. And through these rings of shittim wood, overlaid with gold or carrying the ark, are to be inserted, and these are not to be removed. All right, Eli, read this for me, will you? Start with that thing right there.
Which one are you on?
Exodus, right there. Sorry, guys, it's real small.
Exodus 25, 10 through 22 gives a very detailed description, or rather instructions, on making the ark. Some artistic license is required to interpret exactly what was written, but there is enough detail to be fairly close to actual. On top of one's own interpretation, there is also the abundance of other works which have created their impression from Exodus. Somewhere amongst all of them you can get a pretty good idea of the intended receptacle. To twist the scripture a bit again and add Yah's word. Here's what I mean. In Deuteronomy 10, 3-5, we read, "And I made an ark of shittim wood and hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first." Because Moses made a second tablet, they actually assumed he made a second ark. This is what unstudied will try to tell you. Besides the classic Ark of the Covenant, made of wood and gold plating described in Exodus, there is a second and less known ark. Ask yourself what the difference between acacia wood and shittim wood. The BDB defined states,
What's it?
these words, not how should I pronounce those, just
Shittim. Yeah, it was called shittim.
Sitta and shittim, acacia tree, acacia wood. A related word by BDB, Strong's number, meaning the sticks of wood. Besides, Moses didn't destroy the ark, he destroyed the tablets. So why would he make a second ark? If one would do a word study, one finds that shittim means wood and acacia a type of wood. Like if we say the table is made of wood or this table is made of oak wood, it's still the same table I'm talking about. Moses didn't break the ark as he did with the stone tablets, so why would he have to make a second, less known ark? This image gets close to what the ark could have actually looked like, but still has some incorrect appearance. 1, the poles, even though in the correct location, are not gilded. 2, cherubim, I think the cherubim, have only 1 set of wings, but should have 2 sets. 3, the cover is to be 2.25 feet high and not just 5 inches as the one appears to be. 4, the ark had gold rings attached to its 4 feet, not 12 or 13 as the one in the picture.
All right, so this is, let's see. This is closer, according to Brother Glenn, minus the details he's talking about right there. Right, and so this would be closer to what we're looking at with the ark. Okay, let's see what it says. All right, let's see. I think we'll leave it at that, guys. this is, I just want to kind of get this out there closer to what it looks like. Not that it matters to us. It should matter, I suppose. All right, so let's continue on. Thank you, Brother Glenn, for that little write-up on this. We're going to rock into our book of Exodus. And Mr. Coldu, is there anybody alive in the chat?
There is a question that Irma has. She says, pardon my ignorance, and it might be the doctrine I was brought up, Christianity, but Commandment 120 says swear by his name, but I thought we aren't supposed to swear.
So this is if you're giving an oath, like your oaths to Yah are absolutely everything. When you're people will take it like this. They will say something like, I swear to God, right? Or just to get you to believe that you're saying it and people want you to believe what they're saying, and so they say, I swear to God. Those are the kind of oaths and things like that I don't think that we should be taking when we say things of this. When we make an oath, and it is an oath based upon something that we are giving to our Creator, then it's an oath that we absolutely have to keep. What is the command again? What is this? And let's read that command.
I'll swear by his name.
Okay, go back under that real quick, Eli. Let's take a look at that command in general. And hold on as we're flipping this up. 120. All right, so right here, this is a command. Swear by his name. Okay, Deuteronomy 10:20. And let's see what this says. Jade, you have it?
Yeah, what's it?
1 second, guys.
10:20.
Yep.
It says, hold up 1 second. Okay. You shall fear your Elohim, you shall serve him, and you shall cleave to him, and swear by his name.
Yeah, what do you, is anyone out there, like Brother Glenn, Sister Barb, you guys have any, or Jeremy, anybody have thoughts on this particular part? What we do know of when we make an oath, when we swear by an oath of Yahweh, it's in gold, it's in stone. It is something that is not to be, you just do not swear unless you are swearing. Like, this is a real oath. We've seen people that actually died in scriptures because somebody has sworn an oath to Yah, and it was so important that instead of them redeeming their daughter, they actually went and they killed her because that was their oath to Yah. Does anybody in our chat have anything on that? All right, yeah. So when you swear, yeah, I mean, you're essentially, when you're making an oath, if you're swearing it, you're swearing by His name. Where do we have other things that we do not swear by the name of Yah? Do we have anything?
It's Yehoshua when he goes, you have heard before, like, you should swear by the name of Yahuwah, but let your yes be yes, your no be no.
Yes be yes and no be no. So the bottom line is that the commandment is, if we are to swear by His name, if you're swearing by His name, it is in gold. It is in stone. Like, if you have some sort of, say you have a smoking habit, right, and you're smoking cigarettes, and you're like, this is my last cigarette, and you're like, I will swear, you basically say this oath that I will not pick up another cigarette, and you put it in the name of Yah, and you 30 minutes later you go and smoke your cigarette. That you've broken that oath to Yah. That is a huge thing. Do you have something in there?
Rosie Chica says it's better not to swear at all than to break an oath.
Yeah, especially to Yah. I mean, and all of this, and so it is a very big thing. So I don't know if that answered that. I might have to do a little bit more research on that one myself if we don't have any of our wise old owls out there that have anything that can lead us to a clear understanding.
Sister Barb says the ancient Hebrews used to swear by Yah's name to seal the oath.
To seal the oath, yeah, and they put their hand, by their thigh when they made an oath and when they swore. But the bottom line is, if you make an oath, and Rosie Chica's right, it's better not to make that oath than it is to make it and break it. If you make it in the name of Yah, you better do it, right? You are accountable to it. It is what you have done. Don't place those kind of oaths and jack that up.
Jeremy says Strong says that take your oaths in His name.
Taking notes in the name. So Irma, I hope that explains that. I hope it wasn't like super confusing on any of this. All right, so everybody, we are into the book of Exodus. Jade, can you please, it's Exodus 28, can you please give me a breakdown of where we're at, what's happened to this point, and what's going on?
Well, last couple chapters we have been getting blueprints on how to build the ark, the temple, and everything they're going to build, so they travel with, and they travel with the rest of the Torah. Then we also got more commands and laws, so the people are getting their laws and learn how to do what Moses is, because the people are too scared to talk to Yahuwah personally. So right now Moses is getting them, and he'll bring it to the people.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Exodus 28, everyone. And you bring near Aaron, your brother, and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, for serving as Kohen to me. Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron. And you shall make Kodesh garments for Aaron, your brother, for esteem and for comeliness. And you speak to all the wise of heart, whom I have filled with a spirit of wisdom, and they shall make the garments of Aaron to Kodesh him for him to serve as Kohen to me. So I think verse 2 is an interesting thing because you get the understanding of why are we dressing, why does Aaron get dressed up? Why is it important that we put him in a suit or made him, make him look different than everybody else, so he's distinguishable? And it says right here in 2, it's for esteem and for comeliness. So basically to look good and so that people will say, okay, this guy is the priest. Let's listen to this guy. 4, and these are the shoulder garments which they make: a breastplate, a shoulder garment, a robe, an embroidered long shirt, a turban, and a girdle. And they shall make Kodesh garments for Aaron, your brother, and his sons, for him to serve as Kohen to me. And they shall take the gold, and the blue, and the purple, and the scarlet, and the fine linen, and shall make the shoulder garment of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine woven linen, the work of a skilled workman. And again, I'd like to point out that if our Creator has favorite colors or things that he holds in different esteem than other colors, I think is this, because we always have stuff in gold. He loves blue, purple, and scarlet, and so it's like the bluish to the reds almost. That's what our Creator has everybody duded up in. That's what he has his temple looking like. Things of that nature, things all over the place are looking just like this. Okay, so it's and they shall take the gold and the blue and the purple and the scarlet and the fine linen, and shall make the shoulder garment of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine woven linen, the work of a skilled workman. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces joined at its 2 edges, and so it is joined together. And the embroidered band of the shoulder garment which is on it is of the same workmanship, made of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine woven linen. And you shall take 2 shoham stones, and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 on their names on one stone, and the remaining 6 names on the other stone, according to their birth. Now, we talked about this before because we have gone over these. We've had so many different YouTube videos where we've gone over this stuff. But we've always talked about how it was possible that these guys are able to engrave on stone, especially 6 names on the stone. We don't know exactly how big these stones are, but I found it fascinating that they were able to engrave on these stones back in the days. Obviously, it's by hand. How they did it, I do not know, but there are...
It's also going to be more like symbols, not English alphabet.
Right, it's definitely, it's not going to be English letters. It's going to be what Hebrew words are. Okay, I always thought that was fascinating. Let's continue. We're 11, guys?
11.
Yeah. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. Put them in gold, in mountings of gold. And you shall put the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the shoulder garment as stones of remembrance for the sons of Yisrael. And Aaron shall bear their names before Yahuwah on his 2 shoulders for a remembrance. And you shall make mountings of gold, and 2 chains of clean gold like braided cords, and fasten the braided cords to the mountings. And you shall make a breastplate of right ruling, a work of a skilled workman, like the work of the shoulder garment. Make it of gold, of blue and purple and scarlet, and 5 fine woven linen. It is square, doubled, a zereth at its length, and a zereth its width. And you shall put mountings of stones in it, 4 rows of stones. The first row is a ruby, a topaz, and an emerald. And the second row is a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row is a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. And the 4th row is a beryl, and a shoham, and a jasper. They are put in gold mountings. Okay. Now, what are these stones for, guys? What are we talking about right here?
Represents one of the tribes of Israel.
How heavy do you guys think this thing was? These Aaron had to put on.
Probably decently heavy.
So you think he was a taller dude, or do you think he was a short guy? I think you'd have to be
I think he's about average height.
Yeah. What is average height? 5'8", 5'9"?
I think 5'5" back in their time.
That's average height.
Yeah, because now it's 5'8", 5'9".
You think 5'5" was average height?
In the days of the Romans, it was 5'5".
Was it?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I remember looked it up one time.
Really?
Yes.
So are we getting taller?
A little bit.
Ah, interesting. Okay, well, there you go, from the internet.
The Grand wants to know, didn't David put on the breastplate sometimes?
No, he put it on the priest. Right?
Did he? I thought he
We just
called
read
the
about
guy. Yeah, we just read about it, but he didn't put it on, right?
No, I don't think. But I think the priest had it on.
Yeah,
I thought
he
it was
gave
him.
it. So he went and when he was looking for answers to things that like, should I attack these people or something? At one point, he had one of his priests put on that breastplate, and we just talked about that because he was able to get some answers for this stuff. So I don't think he ever put it on. He's where's David from? He's not a Levite though.
No,
He's
Judah.
Okay, let's continue on, and then we're going to switch over to the Targums here in a second.
One
Where we
more
at?
verse, 21. Just
Okay.
21.
And the stones are according to the names of the sons of Yashrael, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet, each one of its own name for the 12 tribes. And you have a picture of this, a thumbnail?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at the thumbnail first. All right, we're gonna look at it, try to find a picture of this first, guys, real quick, because
I think Sister Barb says only the priests were allowed to wear it.
yeah,
Downloads.
download right there, downloads right there.
Yep.
It said download.
No.
Yeah. All right, I guess we don't have it. Let's flip back. Okay, so I thought we had a picture here. I guess we don't. So maybe next week. Now we are going to flop over, guys, to the Targums. And again, for anybody who does not know what the Targums is, the Targums is it's a jaywalking version of what is normally here. There is some leaven in this, and I think we've been successful at finding the leaven, discussing it, seeing exactly what we think they mean by this. And there's always, all these extracurricular books, there's always a little bit of leaven. Okay, so this is the Targums. We're going to begin 28:1. And you, bring near to you Aaron and your brother and his sons with him from among the sons of Yashrael to minister before me. Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, the sons of Aaron. And you shall make garments of holiness for Aaron your brother, for glory and for praise. And you shall speak with all who are wise of heart, and who I have filled with a ruach of wisdom, that they make the vestments of Aaron to consecrate him to minister before me. Okay, that said a little bit different than 28:3. Kate, what does your 28:3 say, please?
Says, and you speak with all the wise of heart, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, and they shall make garments of Aaron to bedosh him, for him to serve me as Kohen.
Okay, so it's almost the same. Okay, 28:4. And these are the vestments they shall make: the breastplate and ephod, and the robe, and the embroidered tunics, the mitres, and the girdles. And they shall make the set apart garments for Aaron your brother, and for his sons to minister before me. And they shall take gold and hyacinth and purple and crimson and fine linen. Okay, so there's a different set of color how they say it. What is yours? What 25? What does it say in colors?
And they shall make the gold and the blue and the purple and the scarlet and the fine.
All right, so hyacinth is blue.
It's a purplish blue.
Okay. 28:6. And they shall make the ephod of hyacinth and purple and crimson and fine linen twined, the work of an artificer. 2 shoulder pieces shall it have, conjoined to its 2 sides, and so it shall be united. And the ornamented girdle, which is to be upon it, shall be of the same work of gold, hyacinth, purple, and crimson, and fine twined linen shall it be. And you shall take 2 gems of onyx and engrave them the names of the sons of Yashrael. 6 of their names shall be engraven upon 1 gem, and the 6 remaining names upon the 2nd gem. They shall be set in order of their nativity. The engraved gem shall be the work of an artificer, engraven, and an engraving be distinct as the engraving of a ring. I don't know what the engraving of a ring is. Anyone have any ideas on this? I don't know. Do they engrave? I mean, like a band, right? But I mean, the stuff they go in there, they engrave it. I mean, these guys have to be like really, really amazing to be able to engrave a ring back in the days. I don't know how they do it. So I guess props to them.
Sister Barb says that Yahuwah would have made sure it worked and blessed them in their work.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, they absolutely would have been the man doing this stuff. Okay, 28:12. You shall engrave the 2 gems according to the names of the sons of Yashrael in their work round about. Inset in gold shall you make them. And you shall fix the 2 gems upon the shoulders of the ephod, to be set for a memorial of righteousness for the sons of Yashrael. And Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Yashrael upon his shoulders for a memorial. And you shall make the sockets of gold, and 2 chains of chains of pure gold Measured shall you make them of twisted work, and insert the twisted chains in their sockets. 15. Where are we going to?
21.
Okay. And you shall make the breastplate of judgment. Okay. What does yours say in 28:15?
It says,
Because we don't have a breastplate of judgment.
and you shall make a breastplate of right ruling.
Right ruling. Okay, got it. By which are made known the judgments that are hidden from the judges, and the order of the victories of their battles, and amends that are made for the judges. The work of the artificer, as the work of the ephod, you shall make it of gold, hyacinth, and purple, and crimson, and fine linen twined. You shall make it. Square shall it be, doubled, a span its length, and a span its breadth. And you shall fill it with a fullness of precious stones. 4 rows of precious gems, answering to the 4 regions of the world. Okay, what does it mean, answering to the 4 regions of the world? I know we don't have that. What does yours 28:17 say, Kate?
It says, and you shall put mountings of the stones in it, 4 rows of stones, the first row ruby, topaz, and emerald.
Okay, so it doesn't say anything answering to the 4 regions of the world. That's interesting. They say 4 regions of the world. What 4 regions would they be talking about? Well, maybe 4 corners of the world, right? Very interesting. 18? Yeah, sorry, guys. Okay, 18. And the name of the second row, Smaragd, and Sapphire, and Chalcedony, and upon them shall be engraven and expressed the names of the 3 tribes, Yehudah, Dan, and Naphtali. Does it actually tell us the names of the tribes in 18?
No.
Okay, so this is quite a bit different. And the name of the third row, Legir, and Agate, and Amethyst, and upon them shall be written and expressed the names of the 3 tribes, Gad, and Asher, and Issachar. And I believe that is the right order for those, because the very first row should have been for the very first kid. The very first cut stone, it went based upon the names of the kids in the earliest order, I believe. Okay, 28:20. And the name of the 4th row, Chrysolite, Onyx, and Jasper, and upon them shall be written and expressed the names of the 3 tribes, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. So there's our last 3 kids. Set in gold shall they be in their completeness. Okay, so now we're heading back.
In the last verse.
Okay, 21. And the jewels shall be taken accordingly to the names of the sons of Yashrael. 12 are they according to their names, engraven and set forth as engraving of a ring. The gem of each man according to his name, so shall they be for the 12 tribes. Okay, it's interesting that Reuben still gets his stone in there, right? Okay.
Quick thing. Back to David
Back to David.
putting on the breastplate.
Yeah.
In 2 Sam 6:14 is why the Grand asked, because it says, is ephod different from a breastplate? So when I searched ephod, it says it was a linen apron worn by the high priest of Israel in ancient Israel culture.
Okay, so
So I don't think it's the same as the breastplate. I think it's just the apron. But I don't know, because it says that he put on in there
A linen ephod.
a linen ephod. So I don't think he wore the actual breastplate, but he wore an apron.
yeah, I think you get in trouble. I don't know so
Yeah.
much as you would want to get into this, especially not being a Levite. All right, we're heading back to Yah Scriptures, guys, in verse 23 at the top. 22 then. And you shall make braided chain of corded work for the breastplate at the end of clean gold. And you shall make 2 rings of gold for the breastplate, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And you shall put the 2 cords of the gold in the 2 rings which are in the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 fasten to the 2 mountings, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the shoulder garment in the front. Now, what do you guys make of all of these instructions for this? Because I mean, it's exact.
There's a lot. Yeah, I think he had to be seen like a visual of this, because if you start telling people this stuff, it's gonna be like they're gonna make it their own image.
Yeah, we really need a picture of this. I don't know where your picture is, Eli, on this thing.
Yeah.
Should be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I think Moses was getting a visual, like, yeah, he was like, make it like this, because if not, you tell him to do it like make it like this, everyone's gonna make it each a different way.
Sorry, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So let's get back in there. Okay, so let's continue on here, guys. 27 or 26?
26.
26. And you shall make 2 rings of gold, and shall put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, on the edge of it, which is on the inner side of the shoulder garment. And you shall make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 shoulder pieces, underneath the shoulder garment, on the front of it, close to the seam above the embroidered band of the shoulder garment. Can you get it maybe in Telegram? Send it over to.
Yeah, you should have it in Telegram.
I don't want to just pull up Telegram. You need to send it to Telegram. Okay.
Where do you want me to send it to?
Never mind. Where are we at, guys?
I believe
28.
Is it
I
28?
believe it's 28.
All right. Sorry, guys. And they bind the breastplate by means of its rings to the rings of a shoulder garment using a blue cord so that it is above the embroidered band of the shoulder garment. So the breastplate does not come loose from the shoulder garment. And Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Yashrael on the breastplate of right ruling over his heart when he goes into the Kodesh place for remembrance before Yahuwah continually. And into the breastplate of right ruling you shall put the Urim and the Thummim, and they shall be on the heart of Aaron when he goes in before Yahuwah. And Aaron shall bear the right ruling of the children of Yisrael and his heart before Yahuwah continually. Okay, so this is the Urim and the Thummim. I don't even know how to say it. Thummim. I find them extremely fascinating. Guys, don't worry about this stuff. Let's just focus on this, please. Sorry. I find this very, very fascinating because here's the gig. The thing that King David did that basically Shaul didn't do, that Joshua didn't do, is every single thing they did, they consulted Yah. And I think that is the case for David. I think most of the time, everything. And as I'm reading through the book of Josephus right now, it talks a tremendous amount where David goes to battle and he goes, should I go to battle? Over and over and over, he consults Yah. And this Urim and the Thummim, and again, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, is what it is. And for those who do not know what this is, and hopefully I can explain this right, it's a couple of rocks. It's like a yes rock and a no rock. And what they did is the priest put this in their like a little pouch. And when they were trying to consult our Creator, they would go to the priest, and then he would bring out the rocks. And that is how Yah would answer a lot of people, is based upon this Urim and the Thummim. So if you guys didn't know what that was, and we didn't, when we first started reading this, we had absolutely no idea what this exactly was. And it is something that is throughout scriptures, right? This is something that they use a lot, and it is essentially Yah's, it's like almost Morse code or something, the invisible answers that Yah gives us. Okay, 31. And you shall make the robe of the shoulder garment olive blue, and the opening for his head shall be in the middle of it, a woven binding all around its opening, like the opening in a scaled armor, so that it does not tear. So, right, they even tell us you put the head hole right here or it's not going to work. Okay, 33. And on its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet all around its hem, and bells of gold between them all around them. A golden bell and a pomegranate on the hem of the robe all around. And it shall be upon Aaron to attend him, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the Kodesh place before Yahuwah, and when he comes out, so that he does not die. Now, what is this saying? What do they put on Aaron?
It's basically like when he moves around, like makes little ding
bell sounds.
like ding, ding.
Yeah, ding sounds. And what would the purpose of this be?
So I know he's still alive and he's doing the sacrifices.
Yeah, if he's up in there and all of a sudden his bells all stop, there's nothing. They need to pull him out, put a cord on it. I think they actually have a cord on this guy.
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Somebody said that there was like a rope on their foot, and then they pull them out so that two people could be behind the veil or something, I think.
Yeah, so we'll get into more of that. 36. And you shall make a plate of clean gold and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, Kodesh to Yahuwah, Kodesha to Yahuwah. These guys were masters of gold work, right? I mean, a plate of gold is it's a big thing. 37. And you shall put on it a blue cord, and it shall be on the turban. It shall be on the front of the turban, and it shall be on the forehead of Aaron. And Aaron shall bear the guilt of the Kodesh gifts, which the children of Yisrael Kodesh in all their Kodesh gifts, Kadosh in all their Kodesh gifts. And it shall always be on his forehead, for acceptance for them before Yahuwah. And you shall weave the long shirt of fine linen, and shall make the turban of fine linen, and you shall make the girdle of woven work. And make long shirts for Aaron's sons, and you shall make girdles for them, and you shall make turbans for them, for esteem and comeliness. And you shall put on them, on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and shall ordain them, and shall kodesh them, and they shall serve as Kohen unto me. And make linen trousers for them, to cover their nakedness, reaching from the waist to the thighs. And they shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they come into the tent of appointment, or when they come near the altar to attend in the Kodesh place, so that they do not bear wickedness and die. A law forever to him and for his seed after him. Now, you guys think these trousers, the knickers, it went from the hips down to the thighs. So is this, you guys suppose he looks like a pair of shorts?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so.
is the robe or something above that? Maybe go a little bit lower.
Do you think they made like a new set for every new priest there was?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
And I don't know about this stuff, because they're out there splashing blood all the time, right? There's going to be blood all the time. When these guys are, even if they are very super careful, I don't know how they prevented these things from getting blood splotched and blood stained. So I don't know if they had multiple versions of this, or if they understand how to get blood out of white things where we can't exactly get blood out of white things. I don't know. But let's continue on and finish this up. Okay, it's 22. And you shall make upon their breastplate measured chains of twisted work of pure gold. And you shall make upon the breastplate 2 rings of pure gold, and put the 2 rings upon the 2 sides of the breastplate. And you shall put the 2 golden chains upon the 2 rings in the sides of the breastplate. And the 2 chains which are upon the 2 sides you shall put upon the 2 sockets, and set on the shoulders of the ephod against his front. And you shall make 2 golden rings, and fix them upon the 2 sides of the breastplate, in border of it, which is on the edge of the ephod inwardly. And you shall make likewise 2 golden chains, and fix them upon the 2 shoulders of the ephod beneath, toward its front, toward the place of its conjoinment above the girdle of the ephod. And they shall unite the breastplate with its rings to the rings of the ephod, with twined ribbon of hyacinth to be joined upon the girdle of the ephod, that the breastplate may not be removed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Yashrael upon his heart, what time he enters into the sanctuary, for a good memorial before Yahuwah continually. And you shall put upon the breastplate of judgment the uriah, which illuminates their words and manifests the hidden things of the house of Yashrael, and the tumaya, which fulfill or perfect their work to the high priest, which seeks instructions by them before Yahuwah, because in them is engraven and expressed the great and set apart name by which were created the 310 worlds. Whoa, we got some stuff to discuss here. And which was engraven and expressed in the foundation stone, wherewith Yahuwah of the world sealed up the mouth of the great deep at the beginning. Whosoever remembers the set apart name in the hour of necessity shall be delivered. And they shall be upon Aaron's heart in the time that he enters before Yahuwah. And Aaron shall bear the judgment of the sons of Yashrael before Yahuwah continually. Whoa, we got like 5 verses all in this one, and this is stuff that we don't have in any of our stuff. All right, let's talk about this.
Worlds.
Yeah, what are we talking about here, guys? What are we talking about? 310 worlds. Who, what, when, where?
I think that's some mysticism.
What 10 worlds are we talking about? Are they talking about 10 continents or something?
I don't know.
I don't
That's a
know.
lot.
That's some serious leaven right there. I don't know what that's about. But also, something in this is interesting to see, that these stones, they're saying these stones contained in his name. Is that what it said? Does anyone get this?
Like a power, and they called upon his name, the stone.
This is something important. Whoever remembers that set apart name in the hour of necessity shall be delivered. I agree with that. And they shall be upon Aaron's heart. That's great. Here's 11, is this 10 worlds, 310 worlds. I don't know where that came from, guys. I mean, that's obvious 11. Anything else, guys? It says in his, I like the part, it gives us a little bit of understanding. The uriah, which illuminate their words and manifest the hidden things of the house of Yashrael, which these guys definitely counted on these stones to help them. All right, anything? Do you have anything in that, Mr. Cole?
Just that Brother Glenn said the blood washes out really easy in linen.
Does it?
In cold water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're too broke for any kind of linen. That's that's for rich people. All right, yeah, we just have clothes with like holes all up in them. We hope for something with linen one day. Okay, 28:31. And you shall make the mantle robe of the ephod of twined thread of hyacinth. Okay, and so I want to go back to 30 on this, guys, and make sure that, this is, we read these things that are contained with leaven so that we can figure out what has been added and what has not been added. And this was a big thing. I mean, this was a huge thing right here. Because, I mean, they definitely added in something here, and we don't know what they mean, created 310 worlds, but I don't want people to get confused. If there is an authority of scriptures, it's the scriptures that we have. We just have to take this stuff with an understanding and dwell on it, ask Yah for understanding and things like that. Okay, 32. And an orifice shall be in the middle of its upper part. A border shall be upon its opening round about its orifice. The work of the sewer, as the orifice of a coat of mail it shall be. Oh, it's sower, it's not sewer. How do you spell sewer?
S-E-W-E-R.
And this is the same thing, and sower is the same thing. Is that how you spell sower? S-E-W-E-R?
Well,
We've been in a Spanish country for way too long. I don't know. The work of the sower. As the orifice of a coat, male it shall be, that it may not be rent. Sorry, guys. I don't.
That would be the same.
Is it the same?
It would be.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm messed up here.
If you sew and you
We
sew.
have we don't have English people around us. You guys are the only English people we talk to. Okay, 28:33. And you shall make upon the hem of it pomegranates of hyacinth and purple and crimson upon its hem round about, and bells of gold among them round about. A golden bell and a pomegranate of hyacinth and crimson. Their number 70 and 1. Hold on, it doesn't. Read yours 28:34 because we don't have a number 70 and 1, right?
Golden bell pomegranate and golden bell pomegranate on the hem and the robe all around.
Okay, so why did we have this said they're number 70 and 1?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some more stuff that just that is not in scriptures.
They'd be adding big numbers to this.
Yeah, we don't 28:35. And it shall be a vestment upon Aaron to minister, and its voice shall be heard at the time that he has entered the set apart place before Yahuwah. And at the time when he comes out, that he die not by the flaming fire. Okay, this says something different. Read yours, will you please, 28:35.
And it shall be upon Aaron to attend it, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the Kadesh place before Yahuwah, and when he comes out, so that he does not die.
All right, so it says instead of it being sound, it says its voice. So we're talking about the voice of the bell is what it's talking about. And what do you guys make it that he not die by the flaming fire? Is that the same way his kids died? You
Yeah,
think?
I mean, I think that's how,
Messing
that's how
up?
his kids died. They,
Strange fire?
I think we get to that in a little bit.
Probably. Yeah. So they're all here with us right now. One big happy family. Okay, 28:36. And you shall make a plate or crown of pure gold and engrave upon it with distinct engraving, holiness to Yahuwah. And you shall put it on a twined ribbon of hyacinth to make amends for boldness of face, and it shall be on the mitre above the head. In front of the mitre shall it be. Okay, hold on. Does it say mitre on the
Mitre's a turban.
Right, I know the mitre's a turban, but isn't this on his? Oh, that's the next verse. It's on his forehead. Okay, does yours in 37 say that it goes to the mitre?
Yeah, and you shall put it on a blue cord, and it shall be on the turban.
Okay, got it. Okay, 28:38. And it shall be on the front of Aaron's forehead from time to time as it comes. And Aaron shall bear the iniquity of the consecrated things which the sons of Yasharel may consecrate, even of all their sacred gifts in which they have become insincere. And it shall be upon the front continually for their reconciliation before Yahuwah. And you shall weave the tunic of fine linen to expiate for the shedding of innocent blood, and shall make the tiara of fine linen to expiate for the pride of their thoughts, and the girdle shall you make of the work of the embroider. All right, read 39, please, because ours doesn't say that.
You shall weave a long shirt of fine linen, and make the turban of fine linen, and you shall make the girdle of woven work.
Okay, so what we have added to this is they say that the tunic of linen is to expiate for the shedding of innocent blood. So that breaks Deuteronomy 4:2, right? Because we're adding to and we're taking away to the Torah. Even do we know this? I mean, why would they say this stuff, right? Where or how come our scriptures don't say it? Okay, and also it says a tiara of fine linen. What does yours say instead of a tiara?
Maybe make the turban of fine linen.
Turban, I think. Yeah. What's a tiara? Isn't that some thing that women wear?
Yeah.
That's some women thing, isn't it?
Princess thing, yeah.
Okay, and they say they make the tiara of fine linen to expiate for the pride of their thoughts. That's all Levinish stuff, guys. I mean that does not occur in our Bibles. I don't think it means anything different. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I mean it's definitely not in our version. Okay, 40. And the sons of Aaron you shall make tunics and girdles and mitres for glory and for praise. And with them you shall invest Aaron and your brother and his sons with him, and anoint them, that they may offer the oblations and sanctify them to minister before me. On your 28:40, does it say for glory and for praise?
It is for esteem and comeliness.
Okay, got it. Mr. Cole, what do you have?
Tiara is a crown.
Oh, it's a crown?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thanks, everyone. Okay, 42. And you shall make for them undergarments of fine linen to cover the flesh of their shame. From the girt of the girdle of their loins unto their thighs they shall be. And they shall be upon Aaron and upon his sons at the time when they enter the tabernacle of testimony, or when they approach the altar to minister in the sanctuary, that they may not receive the punishment of flaming fire. This is an everlasting statute for him and his sons after him. Okay, well that is it, everybody. That is for anybody that is still with us. We thank you.
Go over the moon or no?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go. Well, I mean we can.
I didn't know.
Let's go over this. Let's talk about this real quick before we wrap this up. So here we are. Mr. Cole, come explain where we're at in this, because you are the moon girl. Came from the moon girl. Okay. So let's talk about this right here, guys, because we have everybody that is like a month off. We have a month off on this, and we just entered the new year. When was it?
The 9th and the 11th. So day one would have been 12th.
So the 9th we had.
Sorry, the 11th.
The 11th. So this is, according to scriptures, I don't know where they find this, the 13th month. I mean, I have no idea where it's even found or what they're even talking about. So we are in the new year as of the 11th, right?
Yeah, that night.
And I guess here's the thing is people, I guess sometimes the moon is like 1%. And I guess my question is that I don't know is sometimes it's 1% and we couldn't see that stuff back in the day, but we can see it now. So is it at the 1% or the 3%? This month is an easy one because it doesn't give us that 1%. It doesn't give us like the smaller thing. But that's where places like Torah calendar will either be off a day or a day forward or something of the sort based upon their sightings of the moon. Now, what we have is that we know that it is a new month when we see the new light of the moon. So according to what we know or what we believe we know, and I guess in the comments, guys, if we're wrong on this, please let us know, that the 11th, Monday, was on the Gregorian calendar, and I guess that doesn't matter, but just for you guys, so you guys understand where we're at, is a new year on Yah's calendar. Now, Passover is when?
So we have Passover Day as being Monday, the 25th.
The 25th. So right down here on the 20th, this is not a picture? Yeah, it is the 25th. So Monday being Passover Day, right?
Yep.
Okay, so if we are wrong on this, if you guys could see something, some of our astute wise owls out there, that is what we see as far as Passover. I don't see how it can be next month. I don't see any of this. We are in the month of Aviv. The new beginnings. I think Brother Glenn would be happy that I used new beginnings. And I was wrong before because I said the Abib was a Babylonian thing, and Brother Glenn corrected us on that. And Abib was not the Babylonian thing because it was actually in the vocabulary prior to the stay in Babylon. So, guys, based on that, that's what I believe we are into. If any of you guys have anything different, send us an email, send us a text, anything of the sort. I believe we're in the new year based upon what Scripture says and what we can see with the moon. So with that, everybody, I think we're going to, Jade, will you please bless our brothers and sisters, please, on the way out?
Yah will bless you and guard you. He will make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. He will lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them.
Okay. We love you all, and we thank you all for being part of our fam. We know the dogs are going to go crazy when we say shalom, so here we roll. right, fam. May Yahuwah bless you and keep you. May he forever keep his light shine on you. May grace always be a piece of our life, and may you guys find the Torah as the building blocks of everything in your lives. We thank you all. We love you all. We hope that you have a wonderful day. We're out.